Running multiple test cases one after another is slow, hard to manage, and frankly a bit painful. Wouldn't it be nice to have something that organizes your tests, executes them efficiently, and even gives you reports automatically? That's exactly what TestNG does. Hi, I'm Guyan from Kivo Code, and welcome to this TestNG tutorial series. In this video, we'll cover what TestNG is, why it's important, how to set it up, and we'll run our very first test case together. So let's start with the basics. TestNG stands for Test Next Generation. It's a powerful testing framework inspired by JUnit, but it comes with a lot of improvements and advanced features. Now, why do we even need TestNG? JUnit is great for unit testing, but when we step into real automation frameworks, especially in Selenium or API testing, JUnit feels limited. Here's what TestNG gives us right out of the box. First, simpler and more powerful annotations that make tests easier to manage. Second, built-in support for grouping and prioritizing tests, so we can decide which tests to run and in what order. Third, parallel execution, meaning we can run multiple tests at the same time and save hours of execution time. And finally, detailed HTML reports are automatically generated, no extra setup needed. So you can think of TestNG as the backbone of most Java-based automation frameworks today. All right, now let's see how to set up TestNG in your project. You'll need three things: Java, Maven, and an IDE like IntelliJ IDEA or Eclipse. If you don't have these configured, please visit the official pages for Java, Maven, and your IDE, follow the installation steps, and come back. Once those prerequisites are ready, you're good to go. Now I'll do a quick live demo. I'm going to copy the TestNG dependency from the Maven repository and paste it into my pom.xml, then sync the project. Now I'll add TestNG using Maven. I Google TestNG Maven dependency. From the results, I open mvnrepository.com. I select the latest stable version of TestNG. On that page, I copy the Maven dependency block. Back in my IDE, you can see pom.xml at the bottom. I open it, add the dependencies section, and paste the TestNG dependency inside that section. I hit sync or load Maven changes. Maven downloads TestNG and updates the project. Done. TestNG is ready to use. After I hit sync, here's what happens behind the scenes. Maven downloads TestNG from the central repository into your local cache, .m2. Your IDE updates the project class path, so TestNG is available to your test code. The scope in tests means it's used only for tests. It won't bloat your production build. Any transitive dependencies required by TestNG are pulled in automatically, no manual juggling. When you run tests, Maven's test phase, via Surefire, picks up your TestNG tests and executes them cleanly. This is why Maven makes life easier. A single dependency line replaces manual jar downloads, class path hacks, and version mismatches. For this entire series, I'll be using IntelliJ IDEA. If you're on Eclipse, you can install the TestNG plugin from the marketplace and follow along just fine. Now let's create our very first TestNG test. Step 1. Create a simple Java class, for example firsttest.java. Step 2. Inside the class, write a method and mark it with the @test annotation from TestNG. Now, when you run this file using TestNG, you'll see a green checkmark in your test results window, which means the test passed successfully. Now, before we wrap up, let's quickly look at some of the most important TestNG annotations. The star of the show is @test, which marks a method as a test case. But TestNG gives us a lot more. @before suite and @after suite run once before and after the entire test suite. @before class and @after class run before and after all the tests inside a particular class. @before method and @after method run before and after each test method. This gives us fine-grained control over the setup and teardown process. For example, we can open a browser in @before class, run the tests, and close it in at after class. We'll go deeper into annotations in the next video, but this is the big picture. So that's your introduction to TestNG. We covered what it is, why it's useful, how to set it up, and we even ran our very first test case. We also touched on the most important annotations you'll be using daily. In the next episode, we'll take a deep dive into TestNG annotations, and you'll see how they control test execution order in real projects. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Kivo Code for more QA automation tutorials, and check out my shorts for quick TestNG tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.